Hey guys, I know it's been a while since the last video, but just been busy with things. I think you can understand. I got a greenhouse now, and within it I have tomatoes, peppers, some apple trees, and just a few flowers. So everything's doing well in here. I just got this going within the last couple weeks. But yeah, the greenhouse is 14 feet wide, 24 feet long, and 8 feet tall. And yeah, pretty excited to get things moving along, but thinking more towards the fall. So yeah, got the garden to worry about. I'll go show you that now. So I've got the fig tree that's in the ground here. It's doing well. Just planted some flowers in the bed. And another fig tree that I have. I'm going to be training it to grow alongside the greenhouse over here. Rhubarb, I planted that this year. That's from seed. Everything seems to be doing alright. Tomatoes are getting about 4 feet tall. I do have one tomato. It's a little cherry tomato. I ate one, so that would be the second tomato of the year right there. Basil and marigolds are doing well. And yeah, let me go show you some larger tomatoes. This here, I think this is a taxi. So it's not a small one, but I'm sure it has a little bit to go yet. But that's about the biggest I've got so far. Brussels sprouts are coming along. We've got the sunflowers growing too. We've got 17 or 18 of them growing along here, amongst the peppers, lettuce, and Brussels sprouts. But yeah, I think I'm gonna have a few by the fall or winter, and I will be trimming off the branches just as it gets a little bit bigger. So here I have a few chilies and a nice little predator in there. Gotta like that, keeping the plants clean. But I've never grew chilies that grow upwards, so it's pretty interesting. Got another one over here. And the sunflowers are just doing great. You know, hand-sized leaves. Got a couple of peppers that kind of pick themselves. So the longer one, this dark, it's like a dark green color, Pasilla Bahio. So it's probably about 8 inches long there, and it's about 4 inches. I think this might be like a gypsy pepper, something like that. But yeah, all the peppers are doing well. I have some squash and I think dragon's tongue beans growing together. But yeah, the squash is growing up the netting here. So you gotta like that. I think I do have a little, it's called Y-Star summer squash, just a tiny star-shaped squash, so a couple of them in there. Carrots, I'll get out of the shadow here. Carrots are doing well, got a thin nose out. I have some Chinese greens here, I don't know what they are, su choy or something like that. Tomatoes, peas. Peas are coming along, I got a few pods on them. Just the snap peas, first time growing them. Should have started them earlier, but you know, what can you do? Seem to be doing alright. The sorrel bed that I planted is doing well. There's a bunch to be harvested here. And that large leaf That's a cardoon, so there's a few leaves there, but pretty big plant. So the Russian blue potatoes from Canadian Tire, they're coming along. I think they should be maybe another month or so. I guess once they start wilting and just showing signs that it's the end, maybe I'll start pulling a couple up. Just at the strawberry bed. Kind of been neglecting it a little, but I'm sure I'll get to it sometime. They're pretty hardy plants. As you can see, a few flowers, so I'll be good to go for a little bit yet. But yeah, just got to clean up a few weeds. In the tire I've got a blackberry that I've planted this year. Down here there's a little, if you can see the little bush thing, it's kind of this thing here. That's a mulberry, but it hasn't grown much since I put it in. Maybe it's just a runt, but time will tell. We'll just leave that go. Turning around, we've got the rhubarb I let go to seed, so that's pretty much ready to pull out there. And the remaining rhubarb, I don't know, looking a little rough, but we'll see. I'll just let it go. These are just second year plants. I think they'll really come to life in the third year. And with the tough winter, they also wanted to go to seed. So that really took the life out of them too. I had to yank the main stalk, that huge center pole, off a bunch of them. So and then they had to switch over to growing the regular shoots that they got. So maybe next year, maybe if the winter's not so harsh, or I'll give these guys a good mulch in the fall, so it's not so cold. And pretty much the last thing grown in the garden is the corn. So it's about knee high, I'd say, a little over. Pretty happy with that. I'm hoping to get something this year, now that I got a fence up and I'm keeping the deer out, if I remember to keep the door shut. So whether the corn survives is just up to me this year.